the door. It's the bear.
Why are you here? Who's the story spinner?
Where's the present? In my mouth. And the cat jumped on the bear's back and scratched the bear deep. And erupting from the crack came 16 jet black horses, their eyes aflame.
My dear Hermes, you're very welcome.
Once there was a king, and he lived in a castle. This was a long time ago, and he lived with the queen and their many children. They were very, very happy, and the queen was going to have another child. One day she was in the high tower, and she was looking out over the countryside, but she was especially looking at the witch's garden. The witch had a very beautiful garden, and it was surrounded by a very high wall. Nobody could ever peer over it. But from the high tower, the queen could see that the witch was growing vegetables, cabbages, potatoes, leeks, and carrots, but also rampion. And rampion is a delicious vegetable and very sweet. Well, the king came over, and the queen said, "Oh, hello, my dear. Look into the witch's garden. Do you see that rampion? I'd love a taste of rampion again. I haven't had rampion since I was a little girl." And the king said, "My dear, I shall go and get some for you." Well, he couldn't go and ask the witch. That was very unlucky. So that night he dressed in a black cloak and he left the castle. He sneaked up to the witch's garden, and when he got there, he looked at the high wall and jumped and began to climb up the wall and jumped over to the other side and climbed until he got to the top of the wall and dropped over to the other side. The garden was quiet and dark, and he went around feeling for the vegetables until he felt the flower of the rampion, and he pulled it up. But as soon as he did that, he heard a scream, and he turned around, and the witch was there, and she said, "You've been stealing my rampion. I'm going to put a curse on you and all your kingdom." "Oh, please don't," said the king. "Not my kingdom. I stole the rampion. Punish me." Yes, I have an idea. You will give me the child that is going to be born, and I won't curse your kingdom. Do you agree?" Well, the king thought, "I am the king. I have a responsibility to my kingdom." "Yes, I agree," he said. Well, that night he went home and he told his wife. And when that little child was born, it was a girl, and the queen looked at the child and said, "My darling, I have to give you to the witch, but to keep you safe, I'm going to give you a name, and the name is Rapunzel." At that very moment, the door flung open. In walked the witch and said, "Give me the child." The poor queen gave the witch the little girl. The witch took the girl into the wood, and the witch was very, very kind to the little baby. The witch was like a mother to it, and as she began to grow up, the witch taught her things, taught her about the flowers and the herbs and about all the animals in the wood. The witch also taught her how to talk to birds. But the witch said, "You must never cut your hair." So that when Rapunzel was 10, her hair went down to her waist. When she was 11, her hair went down to her ankles. And when she was 16, her hair was so long that the witch had to plait it into a rope like a ship's rope and bundle it on top of her head. But when she was 16, the witch thought to herself, "The girl will want to go and have friends with other people, and if she leaves me, I'll be lonely. I know what I'm going to do." One day, the witch grabbed Rapunzel by the collar and said, "You're coming with me!" And then she took off high up into the starry night. And they flew for many miles until they got to a very tall tower in the middle of a wood. The witch flew into the top of the tower, which had 4 windows. The witch put Rapunzel there and said, "You'll stay in the tower, and you won't escape. You'll stay here forever," and then flew away. The tower had no door at the bottom. The tower had no stairs, and the poor girl stayed in the top room for many years. She looked out of the window every day, and she could see for miles over the forest and the countryside, but she could never touch anything. Birds came, and she talked to the birds, and the birds taught her a song. The song went, "La la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la." Well, every day the witch would come to the bottom of the tower, and she would look up and she would say, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And the girl would have to untie her long hair and throw it out of the window. And then she would put the hair on a hook, because the witch climbed up the hair. And when she got to the top, she would give the girl some food, and then she would climb back down, and Rapunzel would have to pull her hair up every night. Well, one day, a very handsome prince was riding through the forest. The prince stopped for a minute when he saw the tower, and he said, "I've never seen that before." But then he heard the song, "La la 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 la, la 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 la." Who is singing that song? Someone's coming. It looks like a witch. The prince hid behind a tree and watched the witch as she went to the base of the tower and said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." And the prince was amazed as this beautiful golden rope-like hair fell to the bottom of the tower. The witch then began to huff and strain as she climbed up the hair. The prince stayed until the witch had finished at the top tower, and then the witch climbed down and walked away. The prince made his way to the base of the tower and disguised his voice just like the witch. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Well, Rapunzel let down her hair once again, but this time it was the prince who climbed up. And Rapunzel said, "Oh, Mother Witch, why are you back here again?" "What are you?" She had never seen a prince before. "I am a prince. What's your name?" "My name is Rapunzel." Well, they began to talk, and after a few hours the prince left again. But every day after the witch had gone, the prince came. For a whole year they shared every afternoon together, and soon Rapunzel fell in love with the prince, and the prince fell in love with her. But one day the witch came to the bottom of the tower, looked up and said, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." Rapunzel let down her hair, and when the witch had climbed up to the room, Rapunzel said, "Oh dear, Mother Witch, you are getting heavier. You're a lot heavier than the prince." Suddenly the witch said, "Have you been seeing another person? Another person up here? You'll pay for that, my girl." And she got a pair of scissors, and she hacked through Rapunzel's hair. And then she said, "You're coming with me," grabbed her by the collar and flew out of the window. The witch carried Rapunzel a long, long way away and left her there, and then came back. She waited until she heard, "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair." The witch let down Rapunzel's hair, tying it to the hook. And when the prince had got to the top, the prince, "Who are you? Where is Rapunzel? Where is Rapunzel?" The witch said, "I promise you, you'll never see her again," and pushed the prince out of the tower, and he fell and landed in a thorn bush, and the thorns scratched his eyes, and the prince was blind. And the prince began to walk, trying to find his way home. But as he wandered, his clothes got tattier. People would give the poor blind man a little bit of food, and year after year he wandered. And soon he wandered into a desert, a hot, dry place, and he got very, very sick, and he lay down on the desert floor, and he said, "If only I could see her again." Suddenly he heard a sound, carried on the desert wind. La la la, la la la, la la la, la 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 la. "Rapunzel! Rapunzel! Over here! Are you there?" And it was her. She came and she said, "It's you, my prince. Many years I've looked for you, but never found you till now. It's too late, Rapunzel. I'm blind." And she knelt over the prince's body, and she began to cry. And wet, salt tears ran down her face and dropped onto the prince's eyes. And they were the tears of true love, because the prince then opened his eyes. "Rapunzel, I can see again. And the first thing I see is you." Well, the prince and Rapunzel went back to his castle. They got married, and soon they became the king and queen of the whole land. And that is the end of the story.